Hello there and welcome to Money Matters, because I'm sure you'd agree, money does matter. And I want to re-emphasise, as I often do, that it's not about the money, it's about the choices that money gives you. And I'm going to give you some fabulous examples of why we know money matters to our students. This is the YouTube video for you to turn $100 into $1 million. Hang on a minute, Paul, you're a Brit, you live in the UK, you're talking about dollars for? Well, turns out dollars gets more results on YouTube, so I'm trying to reach as many people as possible. How could you realistically turn $100 or pounds into £1 million within a sensible amount of time? So I'm not talking about winning the lottery and being a millionaire by tomorrow, but would it still be extremely impressive to turn 100 into $1 million over, let's say, a couple of years? Because this isn't about getting rich quick. This is about doing it properly, learning stuff, applying that knowledge, and getting wealthy relatively quickly. One of the ways you could do that would be to go and buy this. This is my latest book, Wealth Through Property, and it tells you how you can become wealthy. The recommended retail price on this is just $16.95. So you'd still have 80 odd quid left, you know, to pay for your bus fares to the viewings or whatever it was. So you could do that. But I want to give you a simpler way of doing it. Dead simple. Click the link below, invest just £99, come along and spend 2 days with us at Wealth Through Property and learn how to make many, many millions of pounds. So what are the two examples you're going to talk to us about, Paul? Okay, well, I want to talk to you firstly about a lovely lady and her husband that came along here to this building. And she came along, and I don't want to use her name because that wouldn't be appropriate, but she was quite emotional and quite tearful from time to time, and it became obvious why. Her and her husband were in the process of being evicted from their rental property. They were being subject to disgraceful racist abuse. And she was really, you know, at the bottom of the barrel, if you want. It was horrible. And Abby, Anniko, myself, we just really felt for them and we wanted to help them. Now, Abby in particular stayed in touch. The communications went on, and long story short, she learnt how to package deals. So how to find good investment opportunities, not for herself to buy, but to sell to other investors, in exchange for which the other investor would pay her £3,000 per deal. So it's called deal packaging or deal sourcing sometimes, but that's not really what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the human story. And on the 24th of October, she sent an email to Abby, and it said, "Hi Abby, hope you're well. Thank you so much for sorting out the deal packaging course, etc. I'm just waiting on the viewing with the owner, and then I can send the deal through to you. I've also found what I think is the perfect detached property for you." So one of our students actually found a property for us to buy, which is fantastic. Then she goes on to say, "I remember you could possibly give me some advice and help me with the deposit for my current housing situation," because she didn't want to end up in emergency housing during Christmas with the kids and everything, did she, and her husband? You know, rat-infested B&B and all that. No, you don't want that any time of the year. But how would you feel as a mum and dad if you've got to go into emergency accommodation with a load of people you don't know for Christmas? We found a private rental. They're in an area that we like, but they require a £1,900 deposit. Oh, this is for someone that hasn't got any money. I'm in total panic mode now as the days are flying by, but Christmas before I know what's happened. I'm scared as to what will happen if I don't get it sorted ASAP. Long story short, because of the pressure of this situation, as is often the case, this lady with the right education, the right support, the right network, stood up to the plate, she stood up to be counted, and she learned how to package deals. She packaged her first deal, she got £3,000. That was enough to pay the deposit and move into the new property. So then wind the clock forward, email to Abby again, 2nd of January, just after Christmas. So we now have a new home thanks to your recommendation. We are over the moon to be fully settled again. It was so nice being here just before Christmas and to get to celebrate, and now just be able to look forward to all the positive things in our future. I honestly can't thank you enough for your support, encouragement, guidance and kindness. You gave me hope and you helped push me in the right direction. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you very much. And this is fantastic But listen to this. I now feel I'm ready to build our empire. Someone that was desperate in October is building empires in January, and to create the future we deserve. And I've got to tell you, this lady and her husband, they deserve it. You deserve it, especially now that the biggest obstacle is out of the way. So what she's learned to do is to package deals. Now, imagine that you, like she, learned to package deals and you're doing 2 a month. Well, it's an extra £6,000 a month. Now, I don't know what you're now going to do with that, but if you've just turned 100 quid into £6,000 a month, how long is it going to take you to be a millionaire? I mean, you can do the numbers, you can work it out, but I'm sure you can see that that is the first step to becoming a millionaire, and ain't going to be long. That's going to be an empire. And no, not now, it's maybe a bit raw, but we will reach out and see if that young lady wants to come and talk to the camera. So I'd love you to meet her. Okay, so I said I'll give you 2 ways, didn't I? That's route number 1, and that's a really, for me, inspirational Christmas story, and it's a huge part of why us at Touchstone here do what we do. So if you, like this young lady, want to learn more about deal packaging, how you can make thousands of pounds a month from finding and sourcing deals for other investors using none of your own money, that is 100% covered at Well Through Property. So if that particular strategy sounds interesting to you, click on that link, don't miss out, and change your life, build your empire, just like they're doing. Okay, so my second example from Well Through Property is a bit different. This is a bit more technical, but it still doesn't require any money. You could do this with money, or you could do it without money. Let's cover it both ways. So I'm taking it out of Cornwall now. So this is 7 holiday lets, all on one complex, all on one little housing estate, if you like. And there are 6 3-beds and 1 4-bed. Okay, so a nice little holiday complex. Now, unfortunately, the guy that owned this with his wife was in his 80s, and unfortunately, he contracted COVID and passed away, which is terrible, of course. And that left his wife and then one of his younger daughters trying to run something that they didn't really know how to run. And his daughter was sort of helping out with a bit of, trying to do a bit of cleaning and that sort of stuff, but they didn't really know what they were doing, which obviously isn't their fault. So 2021, and 2020, wasn't great for them because, lockdowns and they don't really know what they're doing and all that stuff. So that led to a situation where, based on the books of the business, the fair valuation of that business, so the site plus the 7 properties, was £900,000. Now, if you had, for instance, 25% of that, so let's call it £1 million. So if you had £250,000, you could go get a holiday let mortgage, put your £250,000 down, because you needed a little bit of money to upgrade the furniture and stuff. So for £1 million, you could have 6 3-beds and a 4-bed, really nice sort of touristy area of Cornwall. How can that make you a load of money? Well, it can make you a load of money in a variety of ways. So the deal was agreed, the £900,000 fair price was paid. So let's do the money scenario, then the no money scenario. So the money scenario is this. If you take these 7 properties and you do something slightly technical called a title split, so that you're not trying to sell all 7 as a job lot, if you like, and you actually sell them off to, 7 different families. So I'm not an artist, so I won't carry on drawing, but you get my point. You actually create a lot of value because individually they're worth a lot more money, because Cornwall is a fantastic market for holiday homes or second homes, and there's a very ready market for finance at very good rates to allow people to buy these cottages. So if you did this thing called a title split, they've all got their own freehold, you sell them all off individually. Well, if your purchase price is 900,000, these 7 have just been valued for individual sale at 1.6 million. That's one deal. Now, ask yourself a question. Do you know where to look to find, because this is a commercial property, because it's not a house, it's 7 properties. You won't find this in your local estate agent, will you? So do you even know where to look? And if you did know where to look, would you even know how to value this as a business? And even if you did know where to look and how to value it as a business, would you know that such a thing called title splitting existed? And would you know how to work out the breakup value? Because if you don't, That's how much money you're not making on that deal because you don't know how to do it. So investing £99 in 2 days at Well Through Property and getting my book, oh, would you like a little sweetener on that deal? How about if I gave you £100 credit on your Touchstone account so that you could bring a second person completely free, and you could both get a cheeky little cheeseburger for 99p each? How about that? So click on the link below and you'll see that's all the stuff that we're offering. But Paul, I haven't got £250,000, so I can't go and get a mortgage for, whatever. Okay, well, this is the sort of stuff that we talk about at Well Through Property, and what you would need to learn about is something called an assignable contract, which means you've got the right to assign those properties to other people without ever having bought them. So you could buy the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on a particular date, and on the same date you sell these properties off to 7 different families and you've never owned them. So there's no stamp duty, there's no mortgage, there's nothing. All you get is a cheque on the day from your solicitor, or maybe not on the day, maybe the next day, for the difference between the 900 grand and the 1.6. So you end up picking up £700,000, all because you know about something called an assignable contract. Because even if you could do that with money, if that was your plan, why would you waste the stamp duty? Why would you waste legal fees? Because to buy it and then sell it again, it's going to cost you a lot of money. Whether you are that person in a desperate situation, whether you're the person that's just had enough of having enough, and you want to turn either way, or anyway, whatever your situation, you want to turn £100 into £1 million, this is your next step. You are one click away from beginning that journey. Will it all happen for you the day after you've done the course? No. Will it all happen for you if you do deal packaging, like the young lady I'm talking about, over the next year, 2 years, 3 years? Yes, it will. Build your empire, just like she is. Could it happen for you if you've got £250,000 and you do 2 deals like the one I just showed you in Cornwall? Well, they give you 1.4 million. You could have them 2 deals done in the next 6 months. So, will you go faster if you've got money or access to money? Probably. Can you do it without any money? For sure. Whichever is your situation, whatever describes you, come along, spend 2 days online, 2 days here physically in this building with me, Paul Smith, and my team here at Touchstone Education. Let's get you started on your journey to wealth. Hope you've enjoyed this short YouTube video. You've been wonderful. I really mean that. Each and every one of you are wonderful. So you've been wonderful. I've been Paul. See you at Well Through Property.